dragon. Oh, indeed I am. I am a spectral dragon now. Does that make me a furry? Well, let's change form. Back to my normal self. I am Shepherd Chong, and I am bringing to you the episode about Abyssalcraft Integration. Hello there, it is I, Shepherd Chong, bringing to you a supplemental / focus episode of Abyssalcraft is Kind of Awesome, in which we are talking about the Abyssalcraft add-on called Abyssalcraft Integration. Now, if you've been watching the series, you've definitely heard me complain about some of the stuff this does, so, yeah, you're finally gonna learn a bit more about it. Alright, so, you can see some various things around me, and that's what we're talking about. Okay, so, Abyssalcraft Integration. What is it? Well, you may know that Minecraft mods don't always work too well together. Some of them do. Some of them are specifically made to, but others don't. One of the handfuls of problems that's very common are things like biome ID conflicts and item ID conflicts. Basically, a mod will add a biome or an item that has a numbered ID, and you use another mod will use a biome or an item ID that's the same thing, and if you try to play with them together, they conflict and it'll crash the game or won't prevent the game from booting up or what have you. There is a little bit of that with Abyssalcraft. I know the Abyssal Wasteland itself is actually a biome ID of 100, and that's a pretty common thing to have in a bunch of mods. I think I know of at least 3 other mods that use it, so I can use them together with Abyssalcraft. 2 of them off the top of my head, the mod called the Erebus and a mod called Ars Magica 2. They both use those. There are ways to get around stuff like that. If you're playing with mod packs, for example, there are mods that have been made to help you with stuff like this, and I'll segue into this and say that Abyssalcraft Integration is one of them. Sort of. No, it doesn't specifically cover biome IDs or anything, but Abyssalcraft Integration is basically a mod that lets Abyssalcraft add some new stuff with other mods, like Thaumcraft. There are other mods, yes. You should have seen from the opening. You might have been able to guess what that was, but I'll talk about that in a minute. I'll talk about Thaumcraft last, simply because there's so much to cover. First off, let's talk about this. This is an energy condenser from Project E. Now, you might know that Project E is sort of an I'm getting ahead of myself. Is a continuation of a mod called Equivalent Exchange. Equivalent Exchange was a mod that was made in earlier versions of Minecraft, but never got updated past 1.5, I think it was. Froze on me for a second there. So some enterprising individual created Project E. It's basically exactly the same as the old Equivalent Exchange, but it's for newer versions of Minecraft, and someone else is making it. It's available for 1.7.10 and 1.8.9. I don't think it's available for 1.9 yet, and I just realized I should have said this sooner. Abyssalcraft Integration is available for 1.7.10, 1.8.9, and 1.9. Is it 1.9 or 1.9, I think? I think it's just 1.9. Yes, it's just 1.9, not 1.9.4. But anyway, back to this. What how it works with Project E specifically is that Project E gives items something called an EMC value. You can see it here through mousing over. It says EMC. The TNT says EMC 964. That's it. EMC is a number value that how to explain this without explaining the entire mod. Well, it gives items a specific number value, and you can sort of recycle other items to get that value of EMC. Like this says 964. Let's open this up. Here's a Drenium ingot. It has an EMC value of 5,120. Now, you see this number. This is 4,257. What happens if I put the TNT in? That number just changed. It reached 5,120 and had 101 left over, and you saw that this increased from 10 to 11. And that's basically what it the Project E mod does at its most basic version. What the integration does, it gives items from Abyssalcraft EMC values. Now, it doesn't give all of them. Slabs are things that don't normally have EMC, even when vanilla. Blah. See? But yes, lots of these stuff now have EMC values, so you could potentially recycle them to get other stuff. Yeah. You probably know by now that I'm not that great at explaining things. Okay, some other stuff. Well, how about that thing from the opening where I was a dragon? That is from iChun's Morph mod. The Morph mod is available in 1.7.10, and I do not believe it has been updated to 1.8 or 1.9. So, what is it? Well, you can, I'm not sure if I've actually played Abyssalcraft with the Morph mod without using Abyssalcraft Integration, so I'm not entirely sure if you can get the models from Abyssalcraft without integration. But I do know that if you do use them together, you get the morph abilities that sometimes some mobs have. You can actually, that creeper, you can see sort of a little figure of what sort of looks like a zombie. If I remember that correctly, it means hostile mobs won't attack you. And you've noticed that the Shadow Beast, which is from Abyssalcraft, also has that. And here, the Lesser Shoggoth, wow. That's lagging out my game. Okay, never mind. This Demon Pig here has that, plus it has the no fire thing. That means if you turn into a Demon Pig, you will not take fire damage. You can walk into fire or lava, and you won't take any damage. You notice that my hand is turned into a little sort of pig leg thing. Whee! I'm a demon pig. Okay, so yeah, it has various things like that. See, like with the Abyssal Zombie, it has a thing with a zombie on fire. That means if you're out in daylight, you'll catch fire just like a normal zombie would. Yeah, you get a lot of different models from them with integration. And some of the really good the good coders with the Morph mod will turn your hands into things that look like the mob. What am I at the moment? I'm a shadow monster right now. I've even got the smoke particles going on. What happens if I do my arms move? No, too bad. Let's see. You saw the spectral dragon. Was there anything else particularly interesting? Well, there is one thing about the spectral dragon that's interesting. So, this is normal view. This is F5 where I'm looking behind me. And this is the F5 where you're looking at the front of your model. And now I am pressing forward. So, I am indeed pressing forward, but for some reason the model is backwards. Just a funny little thing. I don't know what's up with this. I don't know what it's about. It's just funny. But, yeah. The Morph mod. It's neat. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. I had not noticed that before. That is the Dreadguard model. If you remember the Dreadguards, they basically look like big, humanoid, player models wearing armor. But that image there shows the Dreadguard without armor. Let's see if that, hold on. Yeah, look at that. I didn't even realize that. So, this is what the Dreadguards look like if they weren't wearing armor. Are those eyes? Yeah, they look like they're eyes. And I've got gaping mouths along my arms and stuff. Oh, that's very Lovecraftian. I love that. That's great. I had never noticed this before. I'm gonna stay in this model. Okay, what else to talk about? How about what's in these? Well, this technically is this technically part of the integration mod, or is it part of AOBD? Yeah, okay, it's part of integration. These items here, Abyssalcraft Dust, Refined Corallium Dust, and Geranium Dust. There are some mods that basically allow you to grind up ores or ingots into dust, and then the ore dust can be used to craft special types of items through various types of machines and things. This part of the integration mod basically lets you do that with these three types of metal: the Abyssalcraft, the Refined Corallium, and the Geranium. I think, although I should note that with the Geranium, you can't use it from, like, there is no Geranium ore, so that's like from an ingot or something. Yeah, okay, so, another mod, that's affected by, through the Abyssalcraft integration is NEI. That is not enough items, which for some reason is not appearing at the moment. What is up with that? It's normally over here. Where's it gone? It's usually there even when I'm in creative mode. Okay, so if you're not familiar with it, NEI is not enough items. It's basically a mod that lets you see recipes for creating stuff. Yeah, it's a really popular mod. It's very good. Lots of people use it. If you're using modded Minecraft, you've probably used it, and if you're not, you really should be. But yeah, for whatever reason that didn't show up, so I'm just going to talk about it. It's very easy to find information on this. I can tell you that even if you don't have Abyssalcraft integration installed, and you're just using Abyssalcraft, NEI will still work for it. It's just that, if you have not enough items installed or something, it works slightly different. I'm not really sure. This one's a little bit odd. The explanation I have for it, I have pulled up for it, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's NEI. It's just, I don't know how else to explain it. However, I can say one thing. Not enough items has been updated for 1.8, but it has not been updated for 1.9. Abyssalcraft Integration for 1.8.9 and 1.9, 1.9.4. There is also integration for a mod called JEI. So there's a little bit of a story with that, and I'll talk about it in a bit, but basically JEI is sort of a slightly better version of NEI for 1.8 and 1.9. Yeah, I'll talk about it later. I'm doing another section about this for 1.8 and 1.9. So, yes, okay, so before I get to Thaumcraft, I'll talk about a couple of things that I don't actually have in this particular bunch of mods. Just like with Project E, Project E was a continuation of Equivalent Exchange by someone who was not the original mod author. Now, another person who didn't make Project E also did a continuation of Equivalent Exchange called Equivalent Exchange 3. As far as I know, it works exactly the same way, and it's pretty much the exact same mod, except different people were working on it at the same time, basically. I don't have it in this particular mod pack, well, not quite mod pack, because I don't actually know where to find it on the internet. I just haven't found it yet. I haven't found it to test it out or anything. So yeah, that's also an option. What else? What else? Oh yes, Mind Tweaker 3. This is another mod that I don't have with this, and that I myself have never actually used. I believe Mind Tweaker 3 is available for 1.7 and 1.8. I don't think there's a version for 1.9. I don't know a whole lot about it. I've never, like I said, I never used it. I believe it has something to do with server commands. Basically, you can use it to determine the way mods work with each other or something. Yeah, I'm not the right person to ask about that. Now, what else? What else? What else? What else? Is there anything else? As of this recording, I think that is all of the stuff involved with Abyssalcraft Integration, aside from the Thaumcraft, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. Yeah, okay. Thaumcraft. Thaumcraft, Thaumcraft, Thaumcraft. You have heard me complain about this. I'll get to the complaints in a minute. I'll get to the interesting stuff first. Okay, so Thaumcraft uses various materials to create items called wands. What Abyssalcraft Integration does, it gives you can create wands using Abyssalcraft materials. Like this. You can make wand caps out of Abyssalnite, refined corallium, dreadium, and ethaxium. I don't remember which of these tables have them. That's for... Nope. There we go. Abyssalnite cap. The caps are made from nuggets. So 5 Abyssalnite nuggets in this specific pattern. In this item here, an arcane work table, which also requires some sort of wand or scepter up there. I'm not going to get into explaining how Thaumcraft works simply because that would take so long. There are some decent videos out there about it. Yeah, you should go check them out. Since again, I'm bad at explaining things. You can make they're called rods, Sean. They're called rods. You can make the rods out of Darklands oak, Corallium stone, Dreadlands oak, and Omethal stone. And they all have their own special requirements for how they work and stuff. And again, go check out an Abyssalcraft tutorial. I'm losing my voice, give me a moment. Okay, so, again, there are wands added by Abyssalcraft Integration. Abyssalcraft bound Darklands Oak Wand. I'll just let you read these from Wilo real quick. Now, these 4 wands have special requirements to make them. The Abyssalcraft one and the Geranium one can be made in these tables. Let's see, their materials are in here, and they have these values here, and they have the crafting recipe and the thing you get out of it over here, which means it works. Now you notice that refined corallium caps and the corallium stone rod does not have a result. And there's nothing in that one. Next one. No? No? Okay. The refined corallium one and the Athaxium and Omathol one are not made through this item. They are made through that thing over there, which is called an infusion altar, and they're created through infusion rituals. Now, here's the thing about all of this. If you've used Thaumcraft and you've used Thaumcraft add-ons, you know that Thaumcraft add-ons basically have a tab in this item called the Thaumonomicon. The Thaumonomicon shows you what you're able to do and how to do it in Thaumcraft. The add-ons add their own tabs to show you how to use those stuff from the add-ons. Abyssalcraft Integration does not. Yes. So, where can you find this information? Well, you actually find it here in the Necronomicon. It's under Other Information, and you'll find a tab called Abyssalcraft Integration. Well, here's something for Morph. I'll leave that up for a moment while I say stuff. Now, while I like this the stuff here in the Necronomicon, it's just there right at your fingertips or whatever, I can tell you that the recipes for this stuff, those wand caps and the wands and stuff, they are not in NEI. It's kind of inconvenient. The way Thaumcraft and NEI works together is not great, even with the add-ons. I'll say that, but yeah, you need the Necronomicon to figure out how to do this stuff rather than the Thaumonomicon. And while it's not exactly super inconvenient or anything, it's just sort of, it's not as intuitive as it could be, I guess. But again, this is all my opinion. Now, I'm going to show you how to make those, how to use the Infusion Altar to make this particular type of wand in a moment. But first, let's talk about this. So remember the upgrade kits? So Abyssalcraft Integration adds upgrade kits for 2 types of metal from Abyssalcraft, and that is Thaumium and Void Metal. This is the Thaumium upgrade kit and the Void Metal upgrade kit. It's created from the Iron upgrade kit, an iron ingot, and 2 Thaumium ingots. And the Void Metal is made from the Thaumium upgrade kit, 2 Void Metal, and a Thaumium. Now, if you'll give me a moment to go into Creative, Tab, Inventory, yes, I know what I'm talking about, I will show you how it works. So, here's an iron chestplate, and here's the iron to Thaumium upgrade thing. And this is the Thaumium chestplate, which is from Thaumcraft. Oh, neat. It does have an EMC value. I did not remember that. Anyway, so that's the Thaumium chestplate, and here, Void chestplate. There you go. Yeah, works just like other stuff. Yeah. Okay, so enough of me being super confusing. Let's just go over to the darn thing. Okay, so I believe it is in here that it mentions that creating using the infusion rituals to create some of the stuff is dangerous. Let's see, it's not this page, it's the next one. No, it doesn't. Okay, that's alright. So, again, if you've used Thaumcraft, you know that the infusion rituals can have some pretty nasty results if you mess up. Or if something just flat out goes wrong. And creating the Athaxium Empowered Omethol Wand is no exception. It is, Thaumcraft classifies it as being a dangerous ritual, which means it is very likely for something to go really wrong. Unless, of course, you have a incredibly stable infusion setup. Now, I have actually showed you what a very stable one looks like that I've created in survival in one video or other. So, behind me is what an extremely stable infusion setup looks like when you're in creative. And I'm sorry for the lag you're about to see. Okay. Yep, I've already got FPS dropping. So, I'm gonna show off some stability first. Why it's super stable. As much as I can, since, yeah, there's, a lot to this. And I've, completely blocked off certain areas. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a floor down there somewhere. And a couple of layers in between. Yeah, so, again, keep in mind when you're looking at this that, this was made in creative. You can actually create stuff like this in survival. It's just, it would take you many hours to collect the materials to do so. Even just creating this thing took me like 2 hours, so, yeah, you're, I'm just created this specifically to make sure this would work, so things wouldn't go horribly wrong, so I could properly demonstrate it. Okay. Give me a moment. I need to go into... Where is it? I just passed it. I need this. I need 2 of these. So, set up 1 there, 1 there, right in the center, and I need a wand, which I don't think I actually have, so I'm going into creative. I'm already in creative. I keep saying creative. Going into the creative inventory. Excuse me a moment. Okay, now that that's cleaned up, let's just show this off before I have anything else go wrong. Dang, look at that. That is so weird to look at. Alright. Jeez, look at that. That looks so weird. I don't even know if it's supposed to do that. It's been so long since I've done something dangerous in Thaumcraft. But yeah, normally getting something like that to work through normal means without crazy creative setup, it's difficult. I'll leave it at that. And I have rambled on so much with this. I don't even know what I've missed. I'm sure I've missed something. But I think that's most everything that's important about Abyssalcraft Integration in 1.7. So I am going to head out of this world and head into my 1.8 Abyssalcraft tutorial world. It's not a separate tutorial, it's a separate world. Don't get me wrong. No, just edit. Transition! Okay, and now we're in the 1.8.9 world. Now, the differences with Abyssalcraft Integration in 1.8.9 and 1.9 is basically that some of the mods from... Well, let me rephrase this before I get super confused. You should know that lots of mods from 1.7.10 never got updated past 1.7.10 to 1.8 or 1.9. For example, Thaumcraft. Thaumcraft is in 1.8.9, but it is not available for any version of 1.9. As such, while there is an Abyssalcraft integration mod for 1.9, there is no coverage for Thaumcraft or any of the other mods that didn't get updated. I don't think I can put it in any more simply than that. Okay, so what is the difference? And what did I clicked the wrong button. That's what I meant to do. Okay, so just like in 1.7.10, there is no special section of the Thaumonomicon for the stuff added by Abyssalcraft integration. Nope, not there. Nothing there. Whoop, wrong thing. Nothing there. Nothing there, which is where you would expect it to be, considering how much it involves warp, but, you know, whatever. And of course, this is for blood magic integration with Thaumcraft, so no, nothing there. You cannot find the recipes for the stuff in the Thaumonomicon. However, JEI, which you should know is very similar to NEI. Maybe I should have mentioned this first. Okay, I'll talk about it right now. JEI is just enough items. Chicken Bones, the creator of Not Enough Items, did update Not Enough Items for 1.8, but there wasn't a whole lot of work that's gone into it or something. I don't know the specifics, don't put words in my mouth. But yeah, it works for it, but it doesn't work as well as it could. So some enterprising individual created just enough items. There are various add-ons for just enough items. Now, even without, just like with NEI in 1.7, you don't have to have Abyssalcraft integration running for Abyssalcraft to show up in JEI. It works without it, just like with NEI. But unlike NEI, JEI actually has some really good settings for Thaumcraft. Well, NEI has decent settings as well, but I'm getting judgmental, I'm sorry. Yeah, form your own opinions. Okay, see, like with this recipe, boom, shows it right there. And unlike with being judgmental, unlike with NEI, you don't need to have an add-on for this stuff, for the Thaumcraft stuff to appear in JEI. In order to do this, you need with Not Enough Items, you need an add-on or two for it, and even then, it will only show you once you already know stuff, which can be kind of, yeah. Okay. Anyway. The recipes, as far as I know, are exactly the same as they were in 1.7. Though something interesting to note, click this, usage, it does show this in, it says this will work in a workbench, but, you notice that it's not, even though it's got lots of is, or V, whatever you call it. Yeah, well, if we also do this, and then click on this, it shows you that it works through Arcane Infusion, which is just like in 1.7 is the only way to get these and this and refined corallium one. No? Yeah, it was the refined corallium one. Yeah. Now, other things that aren't Thaumcraft that Abyssalcraft Integration covers in 1.8. Project E. There is a version of Project E available for 1.8 now. Might have been available like a month or two ago, I don't remember. So yes, there are EMC values for lots of different stuff. Interestingly, for the ores. That's super convenient. Yeah. Stuff and things. Okay, so, what else? Oh, right, there is no version of the Morph mod for 1.8 or 1.9 as far as I know. So, yeah, no Morph mod in this, or 1.9. I mentioned it before, but I've never actually used Equivalent Exchange 3. I can't find it anywhere. It supposedly exists, but I just can't find it to download it. Yeah, sorry about that. Can't really talk about it much. I don't know if there's a version for 1.8 or 1.9. It'd be cool if there was, but, you know, I can't find it. And again, I've never used Mindtweaker. I can't even begin to guess how to use it properly, so... But yeah, okay, so... You can skip through this part, because I'm going to be griping for a bit, but it is sort of important, so you might want to stick around. It's the part where I complain about, Abyssalcraft Integration. So, if you've been watching the tutorial, the tutorial that I've been making for Abyssalcraft, you will remember that at many times you will have seen something popping up down here saying you have gained warp, or you have gained temporary warp, or stuff to that effect, and you've seen me get interrupted by various things happening at random, or strange sounds that just suddenly appear for no freaking reason, and you've had purple text show up down here saying stuff. Yeah, that's because of Abyssalcraft Integration, and because of an effect from Thaumcraft called warp. So what is warp, and why am I getting it in this because of Abyssalcraft Integration? I've sort of talked about it before, but warp is basically you going insane. Part of Thaumcraft is that basically the more you learn about the magic in Thaumcraft, it's basically causing you to go insane. Now, if you know the Lovecraft mythos, a large part of interacting with the supernatural with Lovecraft is basically causes you to go insane. So, Chanel, of course, thought that it's a great idea for integration. You are basically going into other dimensions filled with horrific monsters. You're learning secrets of the Minecraft universe that are going to drive you mad. So, of course, if you're using Thaumcraft Integration, it makes sense for you to gain warp, which is exactly that. It's you going insane. Unfortunately, it, see, like, right there. Right down in the bottom left. You have gained warp. So, how do you gain warp through Abyssalcraft Integration? Well, for one thing, being here in the Abyssal Wasteland does it. Literally, just being here causes you to go insane. Same with the Dreadlands and Omathal and the Dark Realm. Just being in them gives you warp. Other ways you can gain warp. Fighting Abyssalcraft mobs. Here, let me pull out a couple and show you. Let's see. It happened a good bit with Sackcloth earlier. How about a depth ghoul? Depth Ghoul. Punching you. Well, how about I go into survival first? Let's see. Is it gonna happen? Yep. You have gained temporary warp. Not quite every time he's hitting me am I gaining the warp, but it's close enough. Yeah, so when you get hit by Abyssalcraft mods, when you're using Abyssalcraft Integration, you gain warp. Now, that wouldn't be so bad if it was rare. But again, it's not quite every time he's hitting me, but it's still pretty close. Now, I'm not going to bother with Sackflaw since I just effectively showed it to you. It happens a lot when you get hit by the Shoggoths. Now, I have complained about it because it is a problem. Warp is a bad effect. It causes bad stuff to happen. You've noticed for some of the episodes I've had this status effect here, Warp Ward. Yeah, that's something from Thaumcraft that basically helps prevent the negative effects from warp from happening to you. It's gonna run out in 4 seconds, and you're probably gonna have something happen almost immediately. So let's wait for that to happen. Now, the biggest problem with this whole gaining warp thing when you're using Abyssalcraft Integration is that the only way to deal with warp is through Thaumcraft. And unfortunately, it is not something that is towards the beginning of Thaumcraft. You really have to get into Thaumcraft before you can even start to counter the effects of warp. So, literally, while I was making this tutorial, I wasn't even doing anything with Thaumcraft, but I still got warp. Warp does various positive things for you. It's part of the progression of the mod. But yeah, if you're like if you're using this as part of a mod pack and you're not putting any kind of focus into Thaumcraft, you're pretty much screwed. You gain warp so fast. In one of the worlds I opened for the supplemental video that I've done, I literally got the full effects of warp. I got warp to the maximum within 5 minutes of opening that world. You get it super fast, and that is a big problem for you. But yeah, I'll say that the whole gaining warp thing is the only downside I see to Abyssalcraft Integration. It makes plenty of sense as thematically for Abyssalcraft, and for lore purposes it's great, but it happens too much to the point where I can't really use Abyssalcraft in vanilla playthroughs, or not quite vanilla, survival playthroughs. It's just too problematic, because you will probably be spending an hour or two at least studying stuff in Thaumcraft just to start dealing with this crap. Yeah. Again, I've been lots of complaints because okay, so I think that's it for the Abyssalcraft Integration episode. I was Shepherd Chong, and I brought to you this episode. Yeah. Bloopers! Hello there, it is I, Shepherd Chong, bringing to you this episode of crap. I lost it. Okay, I'll start over.